Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have an art haul for you today, and I'm going to go through these, and it's not your traditional supplies that you usually buy. A couple of them are, but here I've got some supplies that I needed for a couple workshops that I took this summer. Here is the first one. I got some transfer paper. I was using transfer paper from like Michael's, and it would not erase. Now this is just graphite paper. It is just graphite paper and it has no wax. So if I do make a mistake in tracing, then I can erase it. And it's worked pretty good so far. And then on that same note, I got some tracing paper. This is artist tracing paper. Let me make sure you're getting all of it in the picture. This is tracing paper that has a little bit of a weight to it. You can see through it, but I put it over my tracing that we drew. And if I just put it on a table, I couldn't see it. I have to use a light box or go up against a window. And taped on a window worked surprisingly well. So I'll probably just keep doing that. Here, I got it from Cheap Joe's, which they hold wonderful, wonderful workshops. I think they're done for the season. I think there are they have a couple online workshops left, but in 2024, they have a whole list of artists that's going to be posted on their website. So keep an eye up on that. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience. So I recommend those to anyone who is interested. I met people from all over the world, so it was really wonderful. The next item I got for the workshop was some masking fluid. Now I got this Super Nib fine tip because we was doing fine lines, but I will have to say that this does not work very well. It kept pushing out big globs of paint or big globs of masking, so I ended up just opening the bottle. I'll still use it, but I'll just open up the bottle and pour some out and use a rigger brush. Ended up working the best. I used a small round, like a number 4 at first, but I wasn't getting good crisp lines, so the rigger brush worked the best. The next thing I got was this from Cheap Joe's, was this rubber cement pickup, because once you put this down and let it dry, then you know, it's kind of hard to pull it up with your finger. Some people were using an eraser, but this was really inexpensive, so I just went ahead and picked one up. They have the whole art store available to you when you take a workshop, and you get a percentage off of everything you buy. It's really, really wonderful environment. The next thing I got, we was doing buildings. I needed a straight edge, and the instructor was using these triangles. So I ended up going to see how much they were, and she said, they are great. They are great. You know, you can put them up against a straight edge, like your tape, and then just draw across and draw down. They work so well. I was really happy I bought these, and these are going to be kept on my desk in my studio at all time, within a hand's reach. The next thing I purchased was, I went to the dollar store, and one of our instructors said, bring some sponges. So I did, and so he had us cut out a little triangle to use as a paintbrush for trees. Let me show you. I also got this from Amazon. It's a new watercolor sketchbook, It's 100% cotton. Colo's the brand. I'll link it in the description. I'll link all this stuff in the description below. I don't think Cheap Joe's, I can list their website so you can go find that stuff. They have wonderful art materials, I tell you. But anyway, this Artist Watercolor sketchbook, Colo, and it works really, really well. I would say almost as good as Arches. And then you just take this and you can make trees organically. Good tip from the instructor, David Smith. He was a wonderful instructor. He was so much fun too. We had a blast. So also I got these to wet and just put on my table in a little dish, like on, I had a butcher's plate, and I would just wet it, and it would just be a place for me to tap my brush during the workshops. And then to do lifting, a magic eraser. I'll never be without a magic eraser for my watercolors again. I was without one, and so there was this girl, oh, I can't remember where she was from, but she snipped me off a piece and said here. We was all doing that. So it was really, really a fun workshop. But this lifts paint so easily. It has to be bone dry, but it does a wonderful job of lifting. You can put it up against a straight edge, and you know, it's wonderful. Then I went and got to the art store here in Tennessee. I went and purchased some paints. Now I got this one at Cheap Joe's. This is alizarin crimson. I'm collecting alizarin crimson to compare them across brands. So this is American Journey alizarin crimson, and I was going to get a couple more, but I think Da Vinci is basically the same as American Journey. I'm not sure about that, so don't quote me. But this is their professionally labeled, their own paint from Cheap Joe's is American Journey. I also picked up a couple others. I got a Core alizarin crimson, Winsor & Newton alizarin crimson, Grumbacher Academy alizarin crimson, and M. Graham alizarin crimson. So I'm going to do a comparison across brands of alizarin crimson and see if they vary in not only how they go down, the pigments, and the light fastness, and also in the mixing capabilities. I'm going to try it and see. Now it's going to take some putting together, so give me a little bit to get that video up. And then I bought a phthalo green blue shade. This mixed with alizarin crimson, one of our teachers taught us, makes the most wonderful black color. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. And it'll make a really pretty navy too. Phthalo green blue shade is always going to be on my palette from now on. So I'm going to have to redo my palette because I learned so much this summer. Here on Amazon, this is my most exciting find this summer, is I found this on Amazon. I was looking for a new painter's color diary because I filled a couple up already, and I seen this come up. You know how Amazon shows you things and it says you may also like this, and this came up. So I went on there, checked it out. I don't know how much it was. I think it was about $12 or $13. So it was a little bit less expensive than the painter's color diary. I'm not sure about that, but I will leave a link below so you can go look it up. It's composed a little bit differently. It still has the sheets in between, and it's composed a little bit differently. The painter's color diary had It has 3 lines underneath each box for you to write the pigment information and the name of the color and the light fastness. This just has 1 line, but it has some other information down here. So you can put the brand name and that it's watercolors, acrylic, crayons, markers, oils, pastels, colored pencils, or gouache. You know, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit, maybe could be limiting, or you're just going to have to write really small. I did, you know, paint out my naphtha maroon on there and kyanite genuine. I haven't written anything, and it goes down like a dream. I really think, you know, if it's a good price difference, I might recommend this. It has 3 ring binder. They don't snap open. You kind of have to break them open a little bit. And then open them all up, and then you can take them out, and then you can snap them back together. 10 pages. It's pretty good, I think. We'll try that. I thought it might have color wheels in it, but it doesn't. And the backs are just plain. But I'm going to play with it for a while, and if anything comes up with it, I'll let you know. But that is my art haul. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them below in the comments, and I'll hook all those links up and talk to you later, guys. Bye.